about football, of course, right? We're gonna do this often. We just started it, right? Because everything has beginning. Everybody starts from the beginning. We just don't start from like if you have been looking at YouTube videos, people do YouTube, especially the sports guy, they start from somewhere and then they go somewhere. That's what it is. So if you are new, subscribe to Isaac Zimba, and this is my channel, and we have a guest today. First, I'm gonna introduce the guest later because I want to talk about something. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel, to Isaac Zimba. Of course, this channel names after names, right? But I just decided to change the name. Different things I'm gonna post up here. Some funny stuff you're gonna see. It's gonna be very entertaining, of course. And of course, we're gonna continue talking about football. We're gonna continue loving nature. Of course, we're gonna continue to do that. So, Angela, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while, right? Wow. Yeah, you are the first person to accept my invitation on the channel. Of course, I've been inviting guys, but um, nobody's coming. But it's
You
okay.
know what? They will. They will.
They will. It's the first time, or as I said, it's my first time to start this. As I said, everybody starts from the scratch. Now, about Chelsea Football Club, of course, we love the football club with
I
passion.
do.
Chelsea. I'm not wearing a Chelsea jersey right now, but we love Chelsea. Uh, yeah. What do you think about Chelsea? What's going on?
Um, I think that it's to be expected. They're doing well most of the time now because they have more experience. It's the same people when they started when they were 17, 18. They were young. Now they have a couple years experience. Of course they're going to get better, and they were top recruits when they were purchased. Um, that said, the reason they're still hit and miss is because first of all, the ownership, the ownership is about money. They don't really care about winning or not. They just want money. They want the team to show that they can do well so that they can, during transfer seasons, sell them for a very good profit.
You
It's
know,
all about profit, you know?
yeah. The problem is the other problem is I've been saying this when I'm recording my videos. The problem is you can't win with young players, and that problem is gonna be there, and that issue we're gonna have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be there. It's not gonna go away. That's why yesterday we lost to Sunderland like that. Like in,
Exactly.
in a dying moment like that, and then you just let somebody score like that. There was two defenders. That last goal hit me so bad. There was two defenders, there's Tosin and Chalaba, two defenders and one striker. You can't mark him like that. It's just dancing on the ball with the ball on his leg. He's just dancing. And Chalaba, Tosin, is watching. They are watching. I was
You
like,
know,
you guys, what you doing?
well,
Tosin,
exactly.
Tosin, of course, Tosin is a little bit experienced. He's tall like me, right? When I stand, I'm tall, but I'm sitting down right now. He's tall like me. And the other thing is, the substitution was horrible. You know, the young lad, Archipong, was doing very well. And then Malaska subbed him off, and then right away, we conceded a goal. It was very terrible yesterday. Very, very terrible. It was so painful to see Chelsea losing, a game to Sunderland. Like I said, the team that just got promoted from the championship.
Uh,
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 it's crazy.
You know
Yesterday,
what it is? It's like as you said, they're young players. They've only got couple years experience. That's not a lot in the Premier League. It really isn't. And notice they're doing well against the like Liverpool. They're doing they're doing well against good teams because they go in there and go, we have to bring everything. But because they're young, they don't realize you still have to bring everything from to Sunderland because
Yeah,
yes, they may have just come into the league,
of
but
course.
they made it into the league. And yes, they are not Liverpool.
Yeah,
But if you give any team an inch, but the problem is they're not doing well against the lower teams. Even
exactly.
that was a problem with them last year. They
That's
don't do well against the lower teams because they don't take them seriously. They're like, we're Chelsea because they're young, inexperienced, and they have that Chelsea name on their back. They think that they're more special and they're more talented.
there you go.
And no, because Sunderland's going to come with every single thing they have for every game because they want to stay.
Well, that
And Chelsea players are like, I'm with Chelsea. I'm the best, you know? And it's like, you haven't had enough experience yet to show that you're the best. Give you 10 years and see where you are. Because we've seen many a player who thought they were the best. 10 years later, done. 5 years later,
no,
done.
you know the other problem is because it's not about, like you said, like they are wearing the name Chelsea on the back, and they they feel like, yo, we are Chelsea. I personally, I don't think it's about that. Um, it's about, they are young players, right? And I don't think they're feeling that they are wearing the Chelsea name on the back. I don't think, like I said, the owners have has to, to be blamed on that too.
Oh,
And
yes,
and
of course.
and like I said, to have young players in the team, it's not good to just have young players. But
Well, that's
it's
that's part of it.
but right now it's been working, right? We've been winning games, four in a row. We have won, right? So it's gonna take a long time for this young Chelsea team to actually hit the ground and start winning. Like when you look at Arsenal right now, Arsenal Football Club, it's a different structure with Chelsea Football Club, but again, same, the American owners, right? The American owners, they're the
But
same.
they've owned them for a long time now.
Yeah, they own them for a long time, but they don't have the same structure like Chelsea has. Chelsea, the Chelsea structure is different. It's just that stuff.
Yeah, because Arsenal owners understand, even though they're
Yeah,
American owners, they understand European football. The Chelsea owners still don't understand European football, and they're acting like it's an American sport and
I
running it the same way as basketball and baseball. And those are sports I love. I'm from Canada, so those are sports I really love, but they're not the same as European football.
yeah,
And you can't treat it the same way. It's a different mentality completely.
exactly. Everybody,
And that's the problem. I mean, everything stems from the owners. I do think that the young players, they do have ego
of
because
course.
whereas in someone from Sunderland, they had to work for everything they got. So they know they've earned it. Whereas in the Chelsea players, you get hired 16, 17 for Chelsea, you have an ego and you have not gone through the ranks to earn it yet. So
Um,
that's where that whole Chelsea on the back comes from. It's about the ego involved with being chosen by a top team at that age. And,
yeah,
and it's almost impossible not to have that ego. I mean, anybody chosen at that age for a big top four, top five team would be like, wow, I am the best, you
yeah,
know. But it comes down to the management, the owners. I also think partly, and this could just be my opinion, they're told to not be as pushing for the small teams because they don't want injury. Could be. It could be by the owners. It's like, we don't want you to. But the reality is, you still have to get the points, regardless of whether you're playing Liverpool or Sunderland. You still need those 3 points, and they're forgetting that. It's like every loss to a small team is 3 points gone.
yeah, yeah. It is like that sometimes, but at the same time, Chelsea got Champions League on Wednesday. This is Barcelona, right? Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Real Madrid is going on. Um,
So there
yeah,
you go. That could
Real,
explain why they didn't do well
yeah,
yesterday. They did. We're not
yeah.
pushing.
But yes, but you know what? Having the name Chelsea on your back, it's very excited. Like as a young lad, when Chelsea hire you, just like you said, having that name is you're feeling it. Yeah, you're feeling it. You're playing for a big football club. You're in London. Everything is good. Yeah,
Hmm.
players can be sometimes bossy like that. But that's not an excuse. That's not an
No,
excuse.
that
Look,
I'm saying it's a
the-
bad thing. It's a
yeah,
bad
exactly.
thing.
Look,
Exactly.
what I'm focusing right now, losing to Sunderland yesterday was a nightmare. Was a very bad thing, and that's why I'm standing, and that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm just like,
Hmm.
no, losing to Sunderland, that was not acceptable. You
It's
can't
not. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for it.
be like there's no excuse. Yesterday, losing to Sunderland like that, there was no excuse. And I think the manager, like, this is how you learn things. You watch games, you watch the manager, you watch his actions, and you watch his substitution. As a fan like me, I'm learning. I'm like, okay, this guy is not experienced. This is I think this is his second season in the Premier League.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
as
from
a full manager,
as a
as
full
a full,
manager. Yeah, he's from the
yeah, he's been there, but
exact.
he was never the one who'd make the final call.
No, he's from
That's
he's from the Championship. So he was with Leicester City in the Championship. He came in the Premier League after he won the Championship. He came in the Premier League, and Chelsea hired him right away.
hmm.
Last season, he finished in top four. We're going to the Champions League, and now this season, like, yes, it's not that experience. That I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. That I'm not. I'm not just. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna just start blaming him for anything. I'll give it to him. He's learning, but you got to learn from the past. Past managers. Like, you cannot make substitution like that if you're chasing a game. Like, it was 1-1. This is Sunderland, and we started playing very bad, very slow. Like, I knew the game where it was going, the game is not looking good because the way
Hmm.
where we were pushing, Sunderland looks like they gonna have one chance and score. And if you're not awake, you get punished. And we got punished yesterday, you know? And
Yeah.
we deserve it to get punished because we were not serious. If
Yeah,
we were
exactly. But why? That's what
exactly,
you gotta wonder why people at this level,
yeah.
like they're playing, they win against Liverpool. So how does this happen where they're not serious against Sunderland?
I'll
And you
say,
gotta
I'll say,
wonder
I'll
why.
say, I'll say this: Sunderland surprised many teams this season because they came from the championship and they just boom from Sunderland and they just winning, winning, winning. Like I said yesterday, they were number two until today. you know, they stepped down because Bournemouth won 2-0, and this is Nottingham Forest. So Bournemouth goes number two at the moment. Manchester City just lost to Aston Villa 1-0. That was shocking. Man City, they're struggling too. They're not that awake already. They're struggling, but, you
Well,
know,
maybe that's it. Maybe the bigger teams need to look at them at Sunderland and say they have the passion. They have the passion, and they want to prove they deserve to be here.
the small teams.
And exactly, because they're doing, they're doing well.
But
And and the fact that they barely get into the league
yeah,
and they're doing that well, it shows everybody's got the talent, but the difference is the passion. Anybody at any of this level has the talent,
of
but
course,
it's the motivation and the passion. And am I here for a paycheck, or am I here because I love the game and want to do everything I can to do better in each and every game?
of course,
Because unfortunately, that's what football has become. It's become more of a paycheck than anything else. It's like people want to be successful because of a paycheck.
of course. That's what it is.
Exactly,
When
exactly. But when you're Sunderland and you were in the lower league, you didn't have the big paycheck. You still had a decent paycheck, but nothing compared to this. So they're like, I want to be here and stay here.
That's what it is. Nowadays, football's changed to paycheck. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
If players right now they're looking for paychecks, like when you go back to 2008, when you go back to those days, I players that were focusing on their career, like for example, when you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, they were like people like that. They were focusing on their physical.
Yes.
They were focusing on their career, like not just Ronaldo. Like when you go back to Man United, Loon. When you go to Ferdinand, Frank Lampard, all of these guys in the past, they were focusing on their career because they wanted to play football. Yeah,
Yes.
money was there. They'll get the money, right? But they were not that active into that stuff. They were looking at, I want to be the best. I want to
Yes,
score.
exactly.
I
Everything
want
else would come as long as they
yeah,
concentrated on the football. Whereas
exactly.
now they're concentrating on, I want the
Yeah,
sponsorship.
exactly. Yeah, that's what it. Young players who are born, like so many young players were born in 2004. Right now, 2003. They have grown up in this generation where there's technology is there already. But the phones are there, money, good money is there already. So when they become like a little bit older, they say, if they're footballer, they say demanding money. I want more money. I want this. If I don't get more money, I'm gonna go somewhere else. And this is why football is like this. And everything is shifted from that generation now where we are. It's just that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's true.
yeah, it's a very big, 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 big thing, but
Yes. But I
it's
just hope, you know what? I hope there's more teams like Sunderland that are more about passion. I hope the teams are learn from the lower teams that are doing well and
yeah.
say, wait a minute, that's what we're missing.
And
That's
so,
what we've lost.
you know what? Sometimes small teams like this, they early, every season, they like to do this. We have seen in the past. They like to do this. They show up. They look like, oh wow, they're magnificent. Oh, they're gonna do something, you know, fantastic. And then suddenly, fail.
Exactly.
This is what.
Exactly.
But the only team that surprises him in 2015-16 season, that was Leicester City. They were on top of the league. Everybody was thinking that Leicester City, they're going to fall off. But Leicester City kept it going until they win the Premier League. You know,
And
right
they
now, right now, the Premier League is open. I will say this: the Chelsea fans, they don't like Arsenal. That's what it is.
no, of course.
Tottenham fans, they just dislike Arsenal. Arsenal right now, Arsenal has a better team. Arsenal,
It's true.
got a striker, they
You
got
can't deny
midfield.
it.
Yeah, they got defenders. Arsenal Football Club right now, they got everything. Arsenal, this is the chance for them to win the Premier League. If Arsenal don't win the Premier League this season, I don't know when they're gonna win the Premier League. Even I would say this, even in the Champions League, Arsenal looks very good. And I am jealous. I have to be honest. I am so jealous because Arsenal is so good. They just won today. They won this is Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace has been, yeah,
Really.
they can't let you win easily. They have been so good. And Arsenal win today, and the way they defended today, I was just like, oh my God, my hair, It's just crazy how they did it. They defended very good. They won 1-0 and they got 22 points on the table. Now, I'm looking at the Premier League table right now, right? I'm looking at it, I'm like, Arsenal, you better win. You better win because this is the chance. It's open, it's yours.
You
Some
know what though? Let's not go that far yet because we've seen teams. We've seen Chelsea do it numerous times up through December. They're the team to win, and
last,
then something happens comes January.
last
So
season,
I'm not going to say that too much yet because we've seen it numerous times. At least we've seen it with Chelsea. We've seen it with Liverpool. Not so much, but you know it happens. Something happens after that, extra long Christmas break where they're, well, not break, but Christmas time where they're doing games constantly.
yeah, yeah,
They get tired and then they lose the motivation once they lose one.
It's been like that in the past. Like
Yeah.
last
So
season,
let's see. Let's wait and see. I'm waiting to see. You can believe they should.
you know,
You know.
you know why I say this? Why I say why I say Arsenal they're gonna win? They have to win. I'm not saying they're gonna win. They have to because it's open. Because Liverpool are struggling. Man City they just lost. Liverpool lost yesterday with Brentford 3-2. Crazy, you know, like teams like that who are like people that have been talking about Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. You know, three horse less in the Premier League. This team. Now, if they're dropping points like that, if you have a good team like Arsenal in the Premier League, they have to win.
Mm,
Yeah, there's no excuse.
exactly.
There's no excuse. But
It's true.
the other way around, the Champions League is more difficult, very, very difficult about to win. You know, there's so many European teams that are, you know, want to win, want to do everything. But this is football. You never know. Anything can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
This is
never know. Exactly.
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows who would win? Maybe it's one of the smallest teams.
Now the Champions League, there's no a small team. If
Oh,
you
the Champions League. Yes,
if
yes.
yeah, the Champions League, if you qualify in the Champions
Oh
League,
yeah, no, I was thinking Premier League.
uh,
Yes.
you never know. Maybe Sandra can come back.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
We're
never.
not exactly.
Yeah, I can see the comment. You know, this is. I'm just gonna say this. This is the beginning of this channel. This is the first, I think, live I go up with somebody like this. Like I said, everybody starts from the scratch. You know, we just this is what we have at the moment. Just want everybody know what is going on up here. Anyway, so thank you very much for talking about football. Anything else?
No, I think thank you for having me. And yeah, we're just going to wait and see and hope that Chelsea starts working consistently to get better. Consistently. And instead of deciding which games are more important, because all the games are important.
All the games are important. That's true, but we have a problem there at Chelsea.
Hmm. There's a
Def-
few problems. That's the problem. You can't narrow it down because there's a few little, like little ones that become a big one. That's the problem.
yeah, they
Stemming with the owners, starting with the owners.
the problem is the defense. They're all injured. You know, we don't have a balance in the defense. It's very
No,
you know
and,
shaken. And
exactly. And we don't have we don't have
yeah,
strong enough in each section. Striker, defense. Like we don't have strong enough because we only have one that's really good in each section. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's yeah, and it was very surprising this past transfer season that more was not done
I
on Chelsea's side. It was very, very surprising. Everybody was expecting so much more.
it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. You know,
Yeah,
you can't start the Premier League season without proper signing, without
exactly.
because
Everyone was expecting a big name striker.
yeah, I know. Like you can't.
No,
You have to look forward for it to the season because the season is very long season. So
exactly.
prepare yourself. You know, if you want to win the Premier League, prepare yourself, your mind, your body, and everything is in it. Otherwise, you have problems like this. You know, but again, you can prepare yourself. You know, you can sign players you want, the best, expensive, cash money.
Yes, they have. They had just
You
won.
can, yeah,
They had just
you
won the
you can
world.
you can do that, but at the same time you can start failing like Liverpool. You know, Liverpool they have good players, very
Yes.
but they're lavish. You know, they're doing bad. You know,
Yeah. Well,
Liverpool.
that's because they haven't worked together yet. That's the
Yeah,
problem when that's the danger with
yeah.
signing high end players. They don't know how to work with a team sometimes. So you've got to find the personality. Yes. And hi to the chat from Ireland.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. I love Ireland so much.
Hello from the Highlands. Hello. This time in your chat, say hello to the lady. you're talking. Yeah, they say hello to you.
Eh?
It's very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, we're gonna come up often. Not sometimes we're gonna come up talking about football, of course. We'll do this a little more so people can actually get used to us. If it's your first time here, please give us a subscribe, and we'll continue talking about a little bit of football, of course. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you soon. Have a lovely day. Say something.
Bye.
Bye bye.
God bless.
God bless. Okay. Okay.